I'm Ron. Welcome to News 6. Today we have news and events for you from the Lima, Ohio area and from St. Gerard School in Lima. Some of the stories we have are about the Armstrong Museum in Wapakoneta, about our outstanding girls sports teams, and about our own version of the Olympics. To start off the show, let's go to Beth.
Our 6th grade art class made kites a few weeks ago. Our teacher, Mrs. Beat, supplied the freezer paper, and the students supplied the string, wooden sticks, and the designs to decorate the kites. Here you're seeing a few of the kites that were made. Some of the designs were of butterflies, smile faces, and some with a bicentennial theme. After the kites were completed, we tried flying them. Some went high in the air, and some just twirled around in circles and hit the ground with a thud. No matter what happened, everyone had a lot of fun. A few months back, the 6th grade at St. Gerard School was studying the history of early Greece. In our studies, we found out that the Greeks originated the Olympic Games, so we decided to stage some Olympic Games of our own. Some of the events that the 6th grade students took part in were shot put, relays, broad jump, discus throwing using a frisbee, marathon, and walking race. When the events were over, the teachers gave out ribbons. Gold ribbons went to the first place winners, with silver for second and bronze for third. Everyone that took part in the Olympics received a ribbon. Everyone had a lot of fun, and we're planning to have another Olympics at the end of the school year. Does your school have someone who has been there almost as long as the school has? Well, St. Gerard's school is proud to say that Sister Gerard has been at the school almost as long as the school has been standing. She helps out with many of the chores around the school and especially likes to help the little children. Our classmate, Mary Beth Zimmerly, talked with Sister long enough to get some answers to some short questions. Here's what she found out.
Is there anything you especially like to do?
Why, I like to be with children, period.
Is there anything you don't like to do?
I don't like to see anybody get hurt.
Since you've been here, what changes have you seen in the parish?
Well, very few. Well, naturally, some have moved away, and some have died.
The City of Lima has constructed a time capsule that won't be open until the year 2076. Pictures were taken of the type of clothes worn today, and film was taken of examples of life in the year 1976. All this information and more will be placed in the time capsule by the people at the Allen County Museum. Then, 100 years from now, the people will open the capsule and get to see what it was like to live in 1976. We hope that they like what they see. Of course, they'll probably chuckle at the good old days, just as we think of things of the years past. If you're in the Lima area in about 100 years, don't forget to drop by the museum and see the time capsule from 1976. As Ron mentioned, the girls' sports teams at St. Gerard's School are really good at what they do. We have teams that participate in girls' gym hockey, basketball, and kickball. In kickball, the 5th, 6th, and 7th grade girls' teams have brought the championship home to our school. The girls' gym hockey teams finished 4th and 1st. A lot of the credit must go to the two coaches, Mrs. Walker and Deb Williams. In basketball, the girls' 7th grade team started out slowly, losing the first few games, but came on strong at the end of the season to win the championship. There were two girls who placed well in the foul shooting contest. Julie Flick won first place in her division and second place in the city division. Kelly Burke won first place at St. Gerard School and in the city division. 3 of the St. Gerard School students were winners in the brake slide contest sponsored by the Northwest Ohio Educational Television Foundation. The 3 winners are Ron Pitson, Randy Hain, and Laura Nocera. The 3 drawings will be used for the in-school television series next year. Ron's drawing will be used for the American Scrapbook and Stories of America shows, with Rainey's creation being used for breaks in The Roots of a Nation and Ohio field trips. Laura's picture will be used in Tiger Tiger and Alive and About. Everyone at St. Gerard School congratulates these 3 talented winners from our school. For more news, let's go to Mary.
If you're interested in space and space flight, then you would be interested in the Neil Armstrong Museum located in Wapakoneta, just a few miles from Lima. The structure is much like the shape of the moon and is dedicated to Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. Mr. Armstrong is from Wapakoneta. When you enter the museum, there is a small movie screen where visitors can watch movies about people trying to invent the first plane. Also in this room is a space capsule that Neil Armstrong rode in on his first space flight. In the second room is a moon rock that was brought back from the moon by Mr. Armstrong. There is also a mirror room where you can look like many different people at the same time. If you're ever in this area, stop in at the Armstrong Museum. You'll learn a lot. Earlier you heard of the Olympics held at St. George School. Well, we also held what we called the Unolympics. It was based on the TV show Almost Anything Goes and had some of our own funny stunts and events that the contestants had to compete in. Some of the events were called the spider crawl, balloon sit, frog sit, plus there were sack races and an obstacle course and many more fun things. Many teams took part in our Unolympics and awards were given out for first, second, and third places. Everyone thought the Unolympics were a great success and we are looking forward for next year. St. George School is the home of a championship speller. Sheila Flick, a 6th grader at our school, is the person to ask if you don't know how to spell a word. Sheila finished first in the St. George Spelling Bee, then went to Westwood Elementary School, where she again won first place, this time for the city of Lima. Sheila then went to Dayton to represent Lima and finished 17th out of 30 spellers. Among the prizes Sheila has won are several trophies and a calculator. Mary Beth Zimmerly talked with Sheila and asked her about her interest in spelling.
How did you get interested in competing in the spelling bee?
Well, last year my sister won the school spelling bee, so I decided to go out for it the next year.
How much studying did it take?
Well, I studied about an hour every night.
What word did you miss on?
Calisthenics.
Can you spell it for us now?
C-A-L-I-S-T-H-E-N-I-C-S. Calisthenics.
Several of the St. Gerard 6th grade girls recently took a 6-week-long babysitting course. Each week, a different speaker talked to the class. The speakers included a mother, a father, and a babysitter. Each speaker told what they expect of each other. The class taught the girls fun games to play with little children and some craft ideas to help the children pass the time while their parents are away. A nurse also talked to the class and showed them how to feed and care for babies, and also gave them a booklet of what to do in case of an emergency. The students at St. Gerard's feel that there should be babysitting classes in every city so that babysitters would be better qualified to stay with little children and the parents would feel better too. That's News 6 for today. I'm Ron, speaking for Beth, Mary, Tim, Mary Beth, and everyone else in the 6th grades at St. Gerard School in Lima. We hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Remember, let a smile be your umbrella even when it's not raining. You'll make a lot more friends that way.